For anyone who has served in the army or the military, during your basic training, you will have had to go out on exercise, especially if you were in the infantry, which I was. I was in the Fusiliers. You get taught everything, from fieldcraft, which is how to sort out your personal hygiene when you're outside, you're living outside off the land, to looking after your firearm when it's wet and it's dirty and keeping it clean, keeping yourself clean. We were up in the Highlands of Scotland, in the middle of bloody nowhere. We arrived by Puma helicopter and dropped off on the side of a mountain. As soon as your feet hit the floor, you have to get in what's called all-round defence, which basically is a circular shape in cover until you know that it's safe to move. We are then given the orders, and we start this long march, which in the army they call it a TAB, which means a tactical advance to battle. We march for what seems like miles and hours, and end up in the middle of a large forest. We are then shown how to build what is called a shell scrape, which is basically a shallow trench, and how to use our ponchos, you know what a poncho is, don't you, as a tent. We are taught how to basically live out in the wilds. We are playing this as if it is a real combat situation. There is a real enemy, a real life enemy, and we have real rifles, but we're only given, obviously, blank ammunition. So anyway, we've been out for a couple of days, and I got the feeling someone was watching me. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything, because I'm supposed to be a big, rough, tough soldier. I don't want to be a laughingstock. So on the third night, they decide that they're going to have people on sentry all through the night. 4 hours on, 4 hours off. It had been raining constantly since we got off the Puma, and my morale was in my boots. So anyway, I got woke up at 12 midnight, and basically I will try and set the scene. I'm on the edge of the forest. I'm lying down in cover with my rifle, which for any ex-army is a 7.62 SLR self-loading rifle. And we had thunder flashes, which are like bangers, fireworks, which are supposed to simulate hand grenades. Okay, we are taught that if the enemy approaches, we give them 3 warnings, and this is how it goes. Halt, who goes there? First warning. Second warning, halt, who goes there? Third warning, halt, who goes there? If on the third warning they do not identify themselves, we open fire. So I had been laying there for about an hour, and it had stopped raining. The clouds had cleared, and you could see the full moon now, and it was it's a picture that I can't get out of my head. It was very, very surreal. Anyway, all of a sudden I hear something, and all my senses are in overdrive. And the main thought in my head is, why did this happen when I was on stag? So I keep hearing the sound, but I cannot see anything. Then about 100 yards away, I see a shape coming towards me. As it got closer and closer, I could make out that it was a patrol of soldiers. So I said, halt, who goes there? Halt, who goes there? Halt, who goes there? Nothing came back. No one identified themselves. So I started firing. And every one of my squad woke up, and my commanding officer came over to me. Commanding officer, the short for that is the CO, came over to me and asked me what I was shooting at, because there was nothing there. I tried to explain to my CO that I did the whole thing 3 times, and they never ID'd themselves. So he said, well, who's going to ID themselves when there's no one there? I was insistent that there was someone there, but anyway. So basically, there was no one there. The exercise was all planned out, and we were going to get attacked on the 5th night. Now, I know what you're thinking. I fell asleep and dreamed it all. Anyone who has served in the military will tell you falling asleep on sentry duty is a real bad offence. It's just not done. You just do not fall asleep. if you think about it, you've got the security of the whole platoon unit in your hands, so you can't fall asleep. It did happen. I don't care what anyone says. I know I was awake and it was real. I know that these, whether they were, I saw them. And it scared me a lot. And I'm not easily scared. I can't say how absolutely I've got goosebumps now, I'll put it that way, telling the story. I can still remember the night, the crisp, clean air, the feeling of being damp and cold, and I can seeing these people start coming towards me, and I can remember opening fire and really, really being worried about opening fire because I just don't know. But anyway, it was real. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're all having a great Halloween. Do myself and Tracy a massive favour and hit that like button, please. Also, share this video with your friends. And if you're not subscribed, it would be really, really good for you to subscribe, because you can be told about any new content that's coming out. So anyway, guys, you take care of yourselves. God bless. And I hope you enjoyed my little story. And it was true.